In this video, we're going to begin summarizing the quest lore for the Draenei starting zone. So if you skipped reading the quest while leveling your character, and now you want to know the story per the quest text, then this is the place to be. So let's jump in and find out what's going on in World of Warcraft. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. My name is Quaylen, and as mentioned before, I summarize the quest lore that so many people skipped while playing World of Warcraft. I started this channel because I was one of those people who spacebar heroed their way through every single quest because I really didn't care. And now I'm curious, and I figured if I'm gonna do this, might as well share it with all of you. So if this sounds like something you'd be interested in, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon for notifications. That way you'll be notified when I drop a new episode. Now, when we covered the Blood Elf area, it turned into a mess really quick. So in order to keep some sort of organization here, I'm gonna track the quest line per Wowpedia. That should help us out a bit. And before we jump into this, I'm gonna butcher a lot of the names, so forgive me in advance. Okay, Draenei. Here we go. You start off in an area called Ammen Vale on Azure Mist Isle, after having just crash landed. The first thing you do is run up to Megalon, who tells you that you've been in suspension for weeks ever since the crash of the Exodus, which is a pretty big spaceship, pretty much. And that someone named Perenitus is waiting for you at the bottom of the hill. From here, you head out, and make your way down the hill in order to speak to Perenitus. He tells you that they don't know why the Exodus crashed, but because of the event, a lot of the Draenei have died, and a lot more are injured. The problem that they're dealing with is the depletion of the healing crystals. Perenitus says that the only way to replenish them is to extract the blood from the local Vale moths, and that their blood will make a suitable substitute. So now you head out, drain 6 of the Vale moths of their blood, then return to Perenitus. He says that it's a shame that those creatures had to die so that we could live, and that indiscriminate killing is not the Draenei way. But he rewards you with the slightly rusted bracers for your work, because that's what everybody wants. Some rusted bracers so that when you get cut in that area, you can get tetanus. Perenitus says that he needs you to deliver the vials to Zaldun, who happens to be the priest in the area. So you run inside and give Zaldun the vials. He says that these will replenish the crystals. And since you're here, he wants you to help out the injured Draenei by using the Gift of the Naru, which is the racial ability that heals over time. And you can find the injured Draenei out near the Ammen fields. From here, you head out and meet up with Perenitus once again. And he tells you that botanist Terex needs your help. She can be located to the west of here. So you head on over. And when you arrive, Terex says that the irradiated power cores from the Exodar have been doing a number on the environment here. The most obvious effect have been the appearance of creatures popping up all over the place, and she wants to help them out. But because there's a ton of them, it's best that we thin the numbers a bit. That really doesn't seem like the Draenei way like Perenitus was talking about, but yeah. So now you head out, kill 8 of the volatile mutations, and heal the injured Draenei. Then you head back to report. When speaking with Terex, she hopes that we can avoid killing these mutated beasts in the future. It seems like they're looking for excuses to kill things, but then they're saying that they really don't want to. Kinda odd. But Terex says that she might have an alternate solution to the problem if you're willing to help. Nearby, there's a lake, and it's been contaminated by one of the ship's power crystals. Many of the plants and animals in Ammen Vale have been mutated because of it. So she's got this theory on how to heal the lake. But she needs samples from the Lashers. So guess what you get to do? We'll jump on that later. Next to her is apprentice Vishael. She says that botanist Terex is worried that the Lashers won't be able to reproduce once the lake is cleansed. So she wants you to pick up 3 of the corrupted flowers in the area, in order for her to study them and see what they can do to help. Now you head back inside of the building and speak with Zaldun. He thanks you for saving the Draenei's life and rewards you with the empty Draenei supply pouch, which isn't a bad thing because you really could use a bag or 2. Before heading to the lake, you walk to the south end of the crash site and speak with technician Zana. I'm gonna assume that the H is silent on her name. She says that we've managed to recover a damaged holographic emitter from the crash. If it's repaired, then they can use it to find other survivors outside of Ammen Vale. So you need to get some spare parts. Now you speak with Vindicator Aldar, who tells you that Zana needs our help to salvage parts from the Exodar. And in order to do that, you'll have to inoculate the Nestlewood Alkin that live in the area where a lot of the salvage parts are located. But just the unaffected ones. The others, you'll just have to kill off. Man, for a race that's like, oh no, we're really against killing things if we don't have to, they really don't look for an alternate solution. So now you head out to the Ammen Fields and kill 8 of the mutated lashers for their samples, as well as collect 3 of the corrupted flowers. From here, you head south to the Nestlewood Thicket, and once you arrive, you inoculate 6 of the Alkin, as well as pick up 4 of the spare parts that you need. Once that's all done, you make your way back to the crash site to report. Upon arriving, you speak with Vindicator Aldar, who says that with the Alkin inoculated, we can focus on getting out of here and clearing up the area. He then rewards you with your choice of an elixir as well as a minor healing potion. Aldar then goes on to tell you that they have several reports of unusual activity at the Shadow Ridge. But more importantly, one of the scouts hasn't reported back yet, so you're to head out there and see what the holdup is. Zana says that the emitters you brought back should help in contacting any other survivors out there, and rewards you with the beaten plate leggings for your help. Because that's all we want, some secondhand gear. But hey, beggars can't be choosers, and we're just starting off. Now you speak with botanist Terex, and hand her the lasher samples so that she can get started on cleansing the lake. She says that while you were gone, she managed to gather some equipment in order to make an analysis of the samples, which seems like it worked. Because after checking out what you brought back, she says that she was able to make an agent for you to spread out at the Silverline Lake to the south of here, which will neutralize the crap in the water that's being emanated from the ship's power crystal. We'll take care of that soon. Speaking with apprentice Vishale, she thanks you for returning the flower samples so that she can study them. Now with your new quests in hand, you head out and make your way to the Silverline Lake. Once you arrive, you head towards the crystal in the water and use the neutralizing agent, thereby cleansing the lake. From here, you make your way to Shadow Ridge to look for the missing scout. Once you get there, you run up to Tolan, who seems to be in a bit of pain, telling you that he was ambushed by the Blood Elves, and that you need to kill them and find out what they're up to. Not sure if he meant to do it in that order, but hey, the guy's losing a lot of blood, so we'll just cut him some slack. Now you head out to where the Blood Elves are, and once you get there, you kill 10 of them, and then you head back to Tolan, who rewards you with the weathered plate tunic, while telling you that the Blood Elves plan to kill us all. But Tolan has a plan. He wants you to kill their leader, because without their leader, they most likely will retreat for a bit and then possibly regroup, which will buy us some time into making the repairs that we need to make back at the crash site. So you're to kill Surveyor Candris and then report back to Vindicator Aldar when this is all done. Once again, you head out to the Blood Elf camp and find Surveyor Candris at the top. Once you kill her, you find a set of Blood Elf plans on her body, which you think Vindicator Aldar would like to see, because they do look a bit important. From here, you head all the way back to the crash site. And when you get there, you first speak with botanist Terex. She's happy that the neutralizing agent worked on the crystal in the lake, and wishes that she knew how long it's gonna last. Really, the crystal needs to be removed from the lake entirely, and hopefully one day it will. But since the agent worked on that, she tells her assistant Teledon to test it on one of the captured animals, which it works and changes it back into a rabbit. From here, you speak with Vindicator Aldar. He thanks you for taking out the Blood Elf leader, and says that they'll deal with the rest of them here pretty soon. With that done, he rewards you with your choice of a new weapon. Aldar then reads the plans that you recovered off of Candris's body, and it says that they followed the Draenei here, which makes Aldar really upset, stating that all of the Blood Elves should die. So far, it feels like the Draenei have a really bad case of anger management, and now and then it just kind of slips out. Maybe that's why they say they want to kill a bunch of stuff, but then say, oh, that's not our way, but it had to be done. Anyways, he thanks you for uncovering this information, and says that Zana has been working on the holographic emitter and that you should speak to her. She says that she has it working and tells you to take a look at it. What you see is an image of Technician Devon, who's speaking to you from a place called Azure Watch, which is great because it means that there are indeed other Draenei on the island. From here, you head out to Azure Watch and see if you can convince them to send the survivors here some supplies. On your way there, you run into Ayun. He says that a few mutated beasts attacked him and that his leg is injured. He was originally sent from Azure Watch when they received the message from Zana, so that they could get an estimate of how many survivors would be joining them later on. Well, he can't finish the scouting mission, so he wants you to tell caregiver Chellin how many survivors are at the crash site, which will help them prepare for when they show up. Nearby the river, you run into Dictina, who says that this river is filled with red snappers, and that the murlocs in the area stopped her from gathering more fish for the people to eat. She wants you to help out by gathering some fish with the net that she provides you before you head out to Azure Watch. So you stop what you're doing and net the fish. Turn them into her, which she offers to teach you how to fish, and rewards you with a fishing pole and a lure. Now she wants you to take the red snappers back to someone named Actian, located just up ahead. So now you finally head out and make your way uninterrupted to Azure Watch to help locate and gather the displaced Draenei in the area. And that kicks off the quest lore for the Draenei starting zone. I think having a guide to go off helps quite a bit, because when I covered the Blood Elf area, it got really messy really quick. And I was running around all over the place and it really didn't make sense to me. But we'll have to see how it goes with the Draenei. And I want to give a shout out to the Patreon subscribers to the left over here. You guys are a big help to this channel. And if you'd like to support it, then check out the Patreon link down below. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week when we find out what's going on in the Tales of Azeroth. Prenitus says that the only way to replenish them is to what?